So my name is Patricia Gestoso. I'm based in the south of Manchester, Altrincham, although, I'm sure now you have guessed I'm Spanish. Uh, and my background is chemical engineering, and I've been working in software-related products for more than 20 years. In the last 16 years, I actually had several positions in a large engineering and scientific software company. And I'm head of scientific support actually for the company. And I also, I manage our call center. In the last 5 years, I've spearheaded several initiatives around furthering diversity and inclusion in tech. And last year, I was named one of the Women in Tech Change Makers 2020. The report you mentioned actually comes because already about a year ago, we were already having reports about COVID. And I got very worried when I also began to read about the impact of other pandemics like Ebola or SARS into the women's life in Africa and in Asia Pacific. So we launched this survey. The idea of the survey was really to see where, when we talk women, who are the women? Because a lot of times when we say women, those reports are about like an average woman, and we wanted to know more about what was especially the unpaid work. Could we quantify it? Could we even put a money tag on it? Okay, so and also how much was the average woman really representing all women? And what we saw from our 1,300 answers is that there is a lot of variability. There is not one woman. There were women telling us, since lockdown, I don't have to commute. That's fantastic. And we had women saying, I'm burned out. I'm a CEO of my company, but I am still doing the homeschooling, the cleaning, and caring for my parent with Alzheimer. So already that was in May. We published the report in November. And what struck me during that time, because I was doing that, at night and the weekends, was that at least in the corporate setting, the answer was, we are, people can work from home, we are flexible. And that was like supposed to fix everything, okay? And I co-founded a partnership with other allies from IBM, Accenture, Microsoft, and Siemens, we were also worried about we will be losing minorities, we will be losing women. And again, so because I was worried that everything will be reduced to just talk about furlough, just talk about flexibility, and this is it, we actually put a list of, this is what needs to be changed in the report, rather than say, this is the data, that's it. So in our recommendations, we had short-term and long-term. So we wanted for the long-term, I'll start with that. We actually wanted to challenge two things. First, that care work needs to be unpaid. I think that free doesn't mean that it's cheap. So, and I think we have that problem. It's like, oh, the love of a mother, this is so valuable, we cannot put a price tag. Yeah, but your mother is sleeping 3 hours maybe. So, and also my other concern was that the women that now are reducing their hours will also contribute less to their pension. So they will be poorer as a result when they are older. So one of the things we wanted to challenge is this idea that 40 hours is the standard, because that standard was set 1 century ago by Henry Ford. Come on. Since then, we have gone to the moon. Okay. So, and that is actually a limiting belief, because that tell us if you are a full-time worker, you are committed. But if you are just part-time, you are really, we don't need to care about promoting you, because you are kind of really so-so worker. So that was one. The other thing is there is a lot of push in tech and other companies about sustainability. But sustainability, we are focusing a lot on environment. But, there are so many goals related actually to, education, as Charlotte mentioned, but as well, gender equality, diversity, inclusiveness. So the challenge was for companies to, when they come with their corporate social responsibility, to tell them, your first responsibility is towards your employees. So what about helping, like the company Atos, which actually they have given volunteer days to the parents, and not only parents, but everybody that does caregiving, to help, and said, okay, we do give, for example, our employees, I don't know, 1 day a month of volunteering. What about that volunteering actually be factored in for your employees that have, caregiving responsibilities? The other thing that we wanted for the short term is to discuss personalization, because not everybody has the same responsibilities. And what we saw was like, if you're a mother, this is the recipe. If you are a man, this is the recipe. Actually, what we have found is that, for example, from the report, I had women reaching out to me and said, Patricia, I'm so thankful to you for the report, because I don't have children. And a lot of my colleagues said, oh, you are so lucky you don't have kids. And she told me, I don't have kids, but I'm now supporting full-time my parents. So I think to have this is something I think we need to change, and I am a manager, and the role of a manager is actually to have those conversations. What help you need? And I think we need, I completely agree, networks are very important. And the other thing is to ask for help. Ask for help to your manager, ask for help to your network. Because what I found as well myself last year is people are extremely generous. So at least in my case, I had free mentoring, free sponsorship. I've also, given back. So I think we need to step into asking for help, asking for what we need, and then we can negotiate.